Hi, and welcome to Guru Grit. My name is Monica, and I started my channel, my page on TikTok, primarily as an antidote to self-disempowerment and misinformation regarding astrology and spiritual work, because I noticed a wonderful trend of young people being able to connect with each other and teach each other. But what I found was a lot of the times people were really concerned with putting out content rather than the core message of the content. And I'm not judging, I'm just saying I'm a lifelong student, so I created in my head an intentional space where everybody who's interested in lifelong learning can come together and we can learn together and help each other raise ourselves up. So this is very much in tune with the message that I have today, and I'm going to call it Prerequisite for Power. There is none. There is no prerequisite for self-empowerment. What does that mean? Just like to become an engineer, a physician, fulfill a requirement to apply for a job, some kind of qualification, you have to be qualified in some way. You need prerequisites. Understandable. Technical skill, mechanical job, fine, no problem. No one takes any issue with that. But when it comes to life and being the best version of yourself, being in the world, feeling good, empowering yourself from your one true divine source, there is no prerequisite for your human sovereignty. It is an illusion that's been cast upon us. And this is the thing, this is how you'll know it. You'll know by how it feels to you. And how does it feel when you say to someone, I actually don't have to know about old or new world orders to be happy and live a fulfilling life and raise the vibration of the planet. I don't have to change my diet. I don't have to change anything except how I feel about myself. That happens. They smack you down. Isn't that fascinating? That means, as a spiritual community, we've adopted the habits of what we deem our oppressors in that we police each other. In an attempt to get away from the ego, we amplify our own ego and the defensiveness of others when they try to better themselves. This is an illusion. This is why, this is coming off the back of a previous video I did called Conspiracy Theories in the Path. They're not compatible. The current place that we're in as a civilization, you cannot vibrate simultaneously on a vibration of empowerment and self-empowerment, and disempowerment, and in the belief that you create your own world and that somebody else does at the same time. It's only one or the other. That's where we are right now. There will, I promise you, there will come a time we laugh about those things. They're going to be hilarious to us. It's kind of like medieval hygiene habits. It'll be hilarious, you know? Very gross too, but also we'll just think, what were we on? What was that about? Lord have mercy. Cringe. Cosmic cringe. But not enough to put you out of your own sovereignty. So you actually don't have to know about anything. You don't have to be informed to be empowered. The only thing you ever have to know is who you are. Pretty much most of the things people tell you since you're small, like be yourself, trust yourself, listen to your own voice of reason. Wherever you go, you take yourself with you. So if you have a bully at this school and that school, when you go to the next school, you'll also have a bully. That happened to a friend of mine. She had to change middle school twice in 3 years. And by the time she came to my school, I was like, why do you keep changing schools? She said, this is my last time. She said, my last guidance counselor and my therapist said, this was a 12-year-old, she had a therapist. So back in the 90s, this is like a big to-do, not like it is today, you know? She said, it's just gonna keep happening until I change my mentality. And so whether that counselor knew it or not, whether it was intentional or not, they taught that young woman about the power of vibration. And it did change. It was the last school she ever went to. And she stuck it out, and we had a wonderful time together. And she wasn't bullied henceforth because she realized in herself. She changed. Circumstances don't change. No matter how much we evolve, madness will exist always on every plane. Because it's subject to one's own definition of what's perceived madness and what's perceived sanity, what's perceived good, moral, immoral, bad, so forth. But what's that got to do with you? Nothing. Be happy in yourself. You don't have to watch documentaries. You don't have to hate the banking system. You don't have to hate authority figures. You don't have to know about any of that. You don't have to think about how the world's been done wrong or the environment or animals on the planet. You can care about things. It's cool to care. I mean, I care about that. I care about animal welfare. I care about the environment. I care about all of that. But it doesn't sink how I feel. It doesn't sink my own self-sovereignty, my own authority that I have over myself. And you don't have to know about it to be powerful. You don't have to know about it to know who you are. You don't have to know about it to make an impact in the world. This is why when we get into groups, there's power in numbers. But have you noticed most of the time, historically speaking and present day, most of the times people in groups, 90% of the time, are angry. They're disempowered. They collect out of disempowerment rather than empowerment. If we could gather from a place of peace and empowerment, we would be so much more effective. And there would be less separation. Because we separate ourselves based on what upsets us. But we could all come together in the hopes for a better world, a better future. I hope this has made sense to you. This was just to let you know, you don't have to believe anything. And in fact, you don't have to know about it. You can just make the world better. A better world is possible. Starting with you. Sat there at home, drinking tea, happy, next to your snoozing cat or dog or lizard or rabbit, chinchilla, I don't care. Partner, plant, enjoying your walk to work, enjoying your Sunday stroll. It's moments like that that incrementally contribute to the betterment of all that is, not just your life. So please rid yourself of the notion that to be uninformed is to somehow be cast aside and be bad and in the darkness. If I get to live happily in the darkness, never bring me to the light then. Because happiness is what changes the world for everyone. Not knowledge, happiness, what you do with that knowledge. That's why wisdom transcends all superficial thought and intellect. Thank you so much for listening. Please just consider trying to make the most of each one of your days here on this wonderful planet. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your time, and until next time.